What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. And in this video, we're going to go over how to receive your $500 checks for those that qualified that didn't get it. We're also going to go over the $400 unemployment extension, how it might be $300 and the confusion with that. And we're also going to go over the details of the newly announced $3,400 stimulus check for families from the president. There's a confusion about that. Also, I'm going to go over the details with that for you guys and everything that applies with that. But first, if you're not subscribed yet, click the subscribe button down below. This way you won't miss out on second stimulus check updates. My wife and I do hours of research for you guys every single day so we can bring you all the up-to-date stimulus check news in a timely fashion. Also, don't forget to smash the like button for us down below. Okay, first up, if you didn't get your $500 stimulus check from the first stimulus package, the IRS says to apply now. They're actually extending the deadline for this, and this actually applies to millions of people who didn't receive the $500 check for dependents. The IRS on Friday announced a new September 30th deadline for those who don't typically file tax returns to claim their $500 in stimulus money for their children. The IRS had previously asked non-filers such as recipients of Social Security, SSI, Railroad Retirement, and Veterans Affairs to use an online tool on their website to claim the eligibility by May 5th. The agency added that people who have already provided their information on their child via the non-filers tool don't need to re-enter the data, and that you'll automatically receive the $500 in October. The website you want to use to do this, and also for anybody else that wants to update their payment to direct deposit so that the second stimulus check, when that comes out, you get it via direct deposit in your bank account instead of going in the mail. You will use this tool right here. I will provide the link to this IRS website here down below in the description. If you're on a mobile phone, you may need to click the down arrow next to the title. For non-filers, you'll have to use this button right here, which is also on the same link. There's also some confusion on the unemployment extension that was passed through the presidential executive order, if it's going to be $400 or $300 per week. There is definitely some conflicting reports on whether, when it actually comes out, if it's going to be $400 or $300 per week. On these unemployment benefits, Trump announced the creation of the LWA program, claiming it would offer $400 in extra weekly funds. The federal government would cover $300, and states would need to supplement the extra $100. He says, I'm taking action to provide an additional or an extra $400 per week in expanded benefits. States will be asked to cover 25% of the cost using the existing funding, such as tens of billions of dollars available to them through the Virus Relief Fund. Under this plan, states will be able to offer greater benefits if they so choose, and the federal government will cover 75% of the cost. So we're all set up, he says. It's $400 per week. The president did say in a news conference that if states didn't have the money for the extra $100 a week, that they could apply with the federal government and the federal government would cover it. Trump also said that Americans should start receiving the payments within 1 to 2 weeks. Whether all that happens or not, we're just going to have to see when it happens and how soon it happens. I do want to state that these extra unemployment benefits, I know a lot of people complain that it's less than $600, but honestly, this is a lot more money than we had during the last financial collapse, which is in 2008, 2009. Back then, the extra federal unemployment boost money was only $25 per week. As you can see here, back in 2009, it was called the Unemployment Insurance Provisions in the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009. And it temporarily increased unemployment benefits by $25 per week for all recipients of regular unemployment compensation. So if we're just comparing it to then, even if it does end up only being $300, that's still a lot more than the $25 we got in the last financial crisis. And I also want to say Trump's presidential executive order is meant to be a temporary order. It even says in the wording, I went over that in another video, that when Congress actually passes a actual stimulus package to provide more permanent wording for unemployment extension, when Congress and Democrats and the Republicans agree, then that will supersede the president's order and that will go away. So if they can pass a stimulus package in a timely manner, then there might be a more permanent extension, probably till the end of the year, that might extend the unemployment to maybe $400 per week or $500 per week to the end of the year. And also, again, there's no political bias here. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a realist. I just say things how they are. So there's no like pros and cons against what happens to be going on right now during this specific economic crisis. With that being said, we had some big news and big announcements from the president regarding passing more stimulus even while Congress is away. And if you've heard my other videos, it doesn't matter that Congress is on recess right now because they're not the ones negotiating the stimulus package. And when they do come to an agreement, Congress has 24 hours to fly back to Washington to vote on the next stimulus package. When they do that, it'll likely pass very quickly within 24 to 48 hours. And the president had some big words, and I'm also going to clear up some details about the $3,400 checks that he mentioned in a press conference and also on Twitter. As you can see here, he says, I'm ready to send more money to states and local governments to save jobs for police, firefighters, first responders, and teachers. Democrats are holding this up. He's Republican, so, that's what he's saying. He also says, I'm ready to have the U.S. Treasury and the SBA send additional PPP payments to small businesses that have been hurt by the China virus. Democrats are holding this up. He says, I have directed Steve Mnuchin, who is the Treasury Secretary, to get ready to send direct payments of $3,400 for a family of 4 to all Americans. Now, I had a lot of comments from you guys in my earlier video today about this $3,400 that the president said, that the president announced. So let's go over this. So the way the $3,400 would work for a family of 4 would be $1,200 per adult. 2 adults would be $2,400, and $500 for each child or each dependent. That would be an extra $1,000. That'd be a total of $3,400. It does not mean that only a family of 4 would get this. I had a lot of comments from you guys. What if I'm single? What if it's just, a married couple? What if I have 5 people? If you have 5 people, you would get an additional $500 if that's a child dependent. If you're just a single person, you would get $1,200. If you're 2 people, a couple, you would get $2,400. He's not saying that this would only be for a family of 4. This would basically be about the same wording as the first stimulus package, first stimulus check, $1,200 per adult and $500 per dependent or per child. We don't have specific details on this yet, whether he's going to try to pass this through a presidential executive order, which he could kind of do. A lot of you guys say he can't do that because he can't, pass money. He can't, use new money. But what they do is they use money that's already in other funds, such as the U.S. General Fund or the Disaster Relief Fund, just like he did for the unemployment money, and they can just use money that's already allocated from other funds. So he could pass a stimulus check if he wanted to do that. He did it with unemployment, so he could do that. But I think he wants Congress to come to an agreement and then have more permanent wording, and this way everybody's in agreement of doing it. We have had multiple times both the Democrats and the Republicans and the White House all saying that they are in favor of more $1,200 checks. They also said they're in favor of all dependents getting a check this time around. That would be all child dependents, college students, all adult dependents. The one thing we don't know is if those dependent checks would be $500 or $1,200 also. If you go by what the president said here in this wording, it would be $500. But that's still up for debate. Those details will still need to be ironed out. So I will keep you guys updated on this new information as it comes out. Also, when we will receive the unemployment, if it's going to be the 400, when they're actually going to come to an agreement, all these details, I will keep you guys updated. I have videos going live at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for stimulus videos. And I also may have the occasional video on other subjects going live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you guys are subscribed. You can click the bell icon and then click all notifications if you want to get notifications when I do go live so you don't miss out on these videos. And don't forget to smash the like button for us down below if you haven't yet. And these videos are my most recent stimulus check videos. You can watch those next. And this video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling one product on Amazon, and I teach people how to do that. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.